Hi, Judd here. A couple of quick little things I gotta check out, take care of before I get back to the big noisy truck going by, to the kitchen rehab thing. First thing was, this has been bugging me for a while. I used to have this wire thing to hold this door open, and it was always in the way when I closed it. So now what I've done, I've got a Velcro strip I bolted to here, and just put a receiving strip on there. Okay, so now I can just like put that right there, and door is nicely secured in the open position against these tremendous winds we get down here from time to time. So that's little job number one. All right, job number two is going to be to stick this baby back in the tractor and see if that'll run. That's been sitting there all week, so it's down to 90%, so we'll let that charge up a bit. Meanwhile, the air cleaners in both motors were filthy, absolutely filthy, so I washed them out. This is actually a couple of weeks ago. I just got sick of dealing with this damn thing and ignored it. So I've cleaned those out and the sponges that go around them. But the first thing I'm going to do is just try to start it without those in there at all, so there's nothing blocking the air, and see if that motor will run and keep running without being on full throttle and choked and locking down the brake. So I'm going to check that out. There we go. 100%. So we'll go throw that in the tractor and see what happens. I did check this circuitry for short, and there's no short in it. So that's all good. Whew. Okay. Yep, gas. And the test here is with no air cleaner. So the theory is that the clogged air filter was keeping it from starting, so, or running well. So no air filter in there right now. Cross your fingers. Okay, that ain't good at all. What the hell was that? Wow. That was unexpected. Wow. Okay, that's got to be bad wiring somewhere, man. It sounded like I just wiped out the battery totally. Okay. Well, we'll bring the battery back in and see if I just totally discharged it. Battery's still reading 100% and 13 volts. Battery's still good. Okay, so I've got a wiring problem in that thing, or an electronic component in it has gotten wet and messed up. That's my theory now. That was weird. Because before it started, it just wouldn't run if I took it off choke. Lawn tractors, gotta hate them. So this is the next job. Got my saw here. And actually I've got a lot to do on this job, but I'm only doing one little tiny bit of it today. We had a lot of high wind recently, and all these weed trees have collapsed. And you see they're sticking way out in the yard. Look at that, right? But this one came completely down, it's blocking the driveway. So I got to get that one out of there. Eventually I got to cut them all out of there. Nothing should be beyond in line with my palm tree back down there. See my palm tree down there? Okay, Silvestri palm. Nothing should be beyond that. So all of these are now in violation of the Judd code. But that one, like I said, is sticking out. I got to cut that out. And I don't feel like dragging out the electrical lines just for that one piece, so I'm doing it with the killer saw. Taking these down to an area where I got to chip a bunch of stuff anyway. Okay, a whole bunch more I could do there, but then I'm going to get tied up in that. I'm not going to get anything else done today, so the rest of that can wait. So this is the holding area. one of two holding areas I have actually for stuff that needs to be chipped. There's another one down in the lower 40. But this is all stuff, including the grass and these small chippings, or small cuttings. I'm going to chip that all up and blend it in with this dirt. Try to get some organics down here because this area is organically dead. There's my bamboo, which is barely hanging in there. The other one didn't even try. But this one is still alive. So I gotta get the chipper down here, and God, I just hope that thing works. That's another motored device, and motored devices don't like me. So a little break now because I've strained myself, and then maybe we'll get on to carving some wood. I did look up a bunch of patterns on the internet and found a couple that I like. So I'm just gonna play around with a bunch of different things on that. Nothing fancy, just playing around. Ooh-wee. Well, I don't know if it was the tree stuff or whatever, but I am totally wiped out. And not sure what I'm gonna get done today, if anything. So stay tuned and see, because if I can do anything, I'll show you. Right now I'm looking at just maybe getting the end boards up for these shelves, and maybe I just discovered I got a 16-inch deep wire which would work for this. Maybe clean that off, but I don't know. Whew, totally wiped out. Oh. One thing I can do is I dug out this piece of 16-inch wide wire shelving, and I recovered these from a job I did a long time ago. Got a whole lot of it. They wanted it all out of the house, and the house was full of it. But you can see how grody it is, and this stuff just, I've been unable to get it off. So like I said, I'm going to spray this with the Dawn Power Wash, let it set overnight, and I'll show you what that looks like tomorrow. But note what it looks like right now. That is pretty grody, and that does not come off easily. So we'll demo the power of the Dawn Power Wash once again. Killing my hands too. Alright, now tomorrow I'll basically be able to wipe that off and it'll be like new. So getting this first one up there, and it's just going into the thin-walled cabinet, so I'm screwing it in from the other side. I got it clamped in place. That's a little tricky. Awkward access. I also glued it under that, so that'll become a permanent part of that cabinet. But that's my support for that end of the thing, and all leveled up and everything. I can take that clamp off and get the third screw in. Did a bit of sanding and cleanup work that you can't really see, but I got the two end supports up, so they're ready to go. Now I can cut that backboard to length. I pulled all the anchors and sanded smooth all the points that were sticking out on this. Well, most of them. There's one there I gotta get. So I got a smooth surface. I'm not gonna bother filling everything. I mean, this isn't a full rehab. This is just making it look halfway decent. But the main thing was I got this area here cleaned up because it got a little sloppy there when I was putting in that caulking. So I've got that squared away a little bit. There we go. position to grab on the front edge. Huh, interesting. Okay. Well, that sucks. Oh. Okay, I miscalculated. Yeah. I forgot that this board needs to go under this final rim, final tube, instead of behind it. I thought it went behind it. Okay, so I'll have to add in a little bit there to blow that up. But it fits left to right, so now I got that whole thing instead of just this little bit. I'll just take these two things out. So there we go. Well, just in case I decide to paint later tonight, I created a couple of little add-on pieces so I can attach those to the ends here, and that'll work out fine and take care of that. Maybe a little bit more tonight. Maybe, I don't know. So in place. So the shelves will be correctly supported now. Glued and nailed. To paint or not to paint? What time is it? Well, it's after 8. I think I'm probably going to get something to eat and call it a day. So there we go. I'll paint in the morning. I don't know. Whatever. Happy day to you.